We open in a land of candy as we see a huge village of 3 Snuffle Peeps come out of their houses. One is red, one is blue, one is yellow. As the red peep says,
"Oh, nice day out. I can smell the cotton from here."
We then see the blue peep rips one, and the yellow one says,
Ew, why would you do that?
The blue peep says,
Sorry, I had to taste test some of those earlier.
The red peep says,
Oh, you're not supposed to touch it. Gummy Pants is not gonna be happy.
and as we see Mr. Gummy Pants walking up to them, and he says,
"Me saw travelers on the Rainbow Road. Must be ready."
He walks into the candy house as we then see Rivers walks out, and she says, hello. Hi. I'm not from around here. I'm lost. Can you, by any chance tell me where I can find some good cotton candy? The red peep says,
Oh, of course.
he gives her some and says,
Here you go.
River says, thank you, little guys. Later. She leaves, and then we see Mr. Gummy Pants walks out and says,
Who was that?
the blue peep says,
Oh, just some girl that wanted some cotton candy, so we gave her some.
Gummy Pants says,
Oh, okay, so you gave some. What? That's the only one we have left. Where'd she go?
the red peep says,
I think she went that way.
we see Mr. Gummy Pants starts running down Cookie Street as we see Rivers, as Rivers is now with Tom. As she sees Mr. Gummy Pants does not look very happy. As he pulls out his slime gun and starts firing at them, Tom and Rivers run away. And then, as Tom grabs his dick as a weapon, as we see it's getting ready and loaded, as we see, out of nowhere, it shoots strawberry juice and hits Lord Gummy Pants and he goes down. Gummy Pants looks pissed as he says,
Once in Candyland, no get out of Candyland.
as Tom and Rivers run away together.
We're living in a world gone mad, a crazy world, the world where death is a way of life. Every day we read of atrocities that numb the brain, but I believe to deny what is insane, or to try to flee from it is to submit to it, to be at the mercy of it when you should just study it, to enjoy life. Chill with me as we descend into this world gone mad, a world of dying and killing sprees. You're dead and you'll never come back. You got murdered by a scumbag, the type that doesn't realize that he's done bad. He's walking the streets free while you're 6 feet deep. Police close the case cause there's no trace you beat. I'll write a verse on your toe tag. You'll get suffocated with a bag over your face. You'll gag with no air ventilated. I rock a mask for the stench of rotted corpses. Does not smell like a box of chocolate. Your cadavers packaged in suitcases and travel baggage, then buried under gravel in secluded places. I got an appetite for abduction. We kidnap women, torture and brainwash them and fuck them.
A few hours earlier, we see Tom standing on the roof of Bruce's house. As we see everything is getting set up for the party, as Tom yells out, "Time for the night of your lives, Kingstonville!" Tom says, "Damn, that guy is fucked." We see Rivers, Roger, and Bruce walking up to him, and Tom spins around with his new suit and says, "What do you think?" Come on a scale of 1 to 10. Roger says, It's a little big, but good. Maybe a 7. Rivers says, "Ooh, very stylish." I'd give it a 10. Bruce then says, "Well, I think I'd give it a..." Tom says, "Thanks, Rivers. That's very nice of you. Okay, let's get ready. Doors open in 20. Roger says, "Oh, by the way, take a look at my new hand, huh? Luke gave me this." We see it's a claw hand, and Tom says, "Oh, that's nifty there, bud, although try not to stab someone's fucking eye out, okay?" Roger says, "Noted." You know, getting a hand is the start of a whole new journey. Tom says, "Yeah, like I said, opening in 20. More like 19. Let's go." We see everything getting set up as we see a nice new bright sign being hung on the roof of the bar. Tom then sees it being set up and says, "Wow, that is just breathtaking." We see one of the residents walking around as Tom stops them and says, "Hey, buddy, check it out, huh? What's your thoughts on the new sign? I'm trying to get some customers' opinions." The guy says, "Well, who said I was coming to begin with, huh?" Tom looks pissed, and the guy says, "I'm fucking with you, of course I'm coming." Tom laughs and says, "Ha ha ha, okay, so how's the sign?" The guy says, "Oh, it's peak." Tom says, "Perfecto." Bruce has all the food ready and looks at Rivers and says, okay, we're all set for chillin' and grillin'. Thanks for helping me out. Rivers says, no problem. I knew we could drag Tom here. I just knew it. Bruce says, well, just in case Tom couldn't be here, I may have just... Rivers says, what did you do? Bruce says, okay. I might have hired a temporary bartender just in case he didn't show up. River says, wait, really? Bruce says, yeah, but I promise, he's really good, and he could help out tonight. I think he could help Tom out a lot. Tom walks up and says, what are y'all peeps talking about? River says, oh, not my business. Take it away, Brucey. Bruce says, okay, so I might have hired an assistant to help you serve the drinks tonight at Chillin' and Grillin'. Okay. Tom just looks at him and says, is this the face of someone who doesn't know how to serve drinks around here? Bruce says, come on, Tom, just give the guy a chance. Tom says, fine, but I'll keep an eye on him. We're opening in 10, come on. We see it turn to night as we see people coming into Bruce's Chillin' and Grillin' party. We see Haley, Dave, Miles, and a few others coming in as they walk in to see the disco music, people drinking, dancing, strippers on poles, live music playing, and Dave says, this is what Tom calls a small get-together? Really? Haley says, this is cool. Miles says, let's get drinks. We see they walk up to the bar as we see Tom sees them coming and says, welcome, good friends. Are you ready to get fucked out of your minds? Dave says, I'll take one. Just one. Gotta keep a level head around here. Tom says, come on, lighten up, man. You know I do have something that'll get you in the groove later on. I swear, man, it'll make you feel like fucking Cookie Monster. Dave says, Cookie Monster? Tom says, yeah, you know, unstoppable. Dave says, you're fucked. I don't think so, bud. Tom says, alright. Well, let me remind you of the deal that we made last time you lost Twister. What did you say back then? Dave says, that I'd take the next dare you gave me. Fuck. Tom says, you promised, you dumb fuck. You better pay the Peter Parker Piper Piss Poor Bumblefuck. Dave says, alright, deal. We then see the new bartender, Mr. Sunderland, walks in and starts serving drinks as Miles sees a fancy drink and he says, wow, fancy looking. What's this one called? Mr. Sunderland says, that is, a Outlast Blast, good sir. It is peak, man, I can't lie. I'm gonna try to convince Tom into letting me make an adult. Maybe for advertising and things, yeah? Miles says, delicious. Mr. Sunderland then walks up to a few other customers and says, drink up, everyone. More where that came from. We see one of the customers who doesn't look sure on what he wants to order, as Mr. Sunderland walks up to him and he says, hey, sir. He says, oh, are you on another planet? Because I'm gonna destroy your anus. The guy says, I'm just not really in the mood to lose my freaking humanity, you know? Mr. Sunderland says, okay, but, can I test out this pickup line on you? The guy says, go ahead. Mr. Sunderland says, if I flip a coin, what are my chances of getting head? Tom walks up and says, head? How about some ass, boy? Although maybe make sure your dick has reached its highest level of fully, the guy says, okay, look, it's freaking weird, okay? I'm just gonna keep my freaking humanity here. Alright, I gotta go. See you later, Mr. Sunderland. Always a freaking pleasure, Tom. Mr. Sunderland says, Tom, I don't know, man. Like, are all those customers that hard to impress? Tom says, nah, that's alright, bud. Some just don't like the Canadian ways I taught you, that's all. Or whatever the fuck you just did. Oh, and whatever you do not test those pickup lines on this guy over here. We see another customer eating a block of cheese, and Tom says, every time he comes in here, he just eats cheese. You know, sometimes I do wonder if he just came from the fucking factory itself. We see Mr. Sunderland goes up to him and says, hey, can I test you, can I get you anything else, sir? The guy says, yeah, just give me to this flippin' James guy. I cannot stand that guy. Mr. Sunderland says, yeah, I'm sure the whole town could agree with you on that there, yeah? Maybe I could make a shitpost edit of him, perhaps? Spread the word, yeah? The guy says, oh, that's awesome, man. By the way, do you happen to have any chocolate milk? Mr. Sunderland just smiles at him and says, you bet your fruity Rudy I do. We hear the other guy in the back yells, hey yo, chocolate milk is peak. Tom says, all right there, Mr. Sunderland. Enough of this funk shit. Let's get some rock and roll in the joint. As they pull out an album, as Mr. Sunderland says, what the fuck is this? Tom says, calm your tits there, boy. Only the best artist ever, Rob Johnson. As he skips to the 7th track, titled Regrets and Promises, Tom says, now listen to that sucker. We then see Bruce pissing in the corner as Tom is about to stop him. As Julia says, Dad, we gotta... Tom says, whose house is this? Julia says, his. Tom smiles and says, exactly. As we see everyone partying. We see Tom on the roof with Rivers, Roger, and Dave as they all look drunk out of their minds, as Tom says, I gotta say, Riverly River Pond, this is a damn good idea. River says, River Pond? Boy, that sounds cool as fuck. Tom says, hey, you guys want to see something cool as fuck? He pulls out these rainbow gummies, and Roger says, what are those? Tom says, bro, that shit died years ago. Anyway, I was down at the weed shop earlier and I picked these up on my way by. Apparently they're 100% guaranteed effective. Dave says, oh fuck me, is this the dare? This is it, ain't it? Tom says, sure is, buddy. Oh, and the store owner did say that he promised that it'll make you feel like you're in some kind of Candyland type place. I don't know what the fuck he meant, but we'll find out. River says, oh hell yeah, give me a few. Tom says, oh no. Apparently a few will knock you right on your ass. Just one is what we need, apparently. Dave says, oh fuck, alright, let's do it. Tom says, that's the spirit. Tom, Rivers, Roger, and Dave all take one of them, as Rivers then sneaks one in her mouth behind Tom's back. And Tom says, alright, should take a little bit to kick in. Let's go downstairs and crash this motherfucker. We see Bruce walking out of the bathroom with a drawn face tattoo and a black goatee, as Tom says, what the fuck, what is that? Bruce is hammered and says, well, I was thinking, we don't have security around here tonight. But with me around, no one will fuck around at chillin' and grillin'. Tom says, well, okie dokie there, buddy. Tom walks outside as we see Rivers drinking a beer as he says, hey, how's the stuff? Rivers says, I don't know. I don't really feel anything yet. Did you get ripped off or something? Tom turns around and says, oh shit, well, maybe I did. I guess it did sound pretty fake. I mean, how does it make things like Candyland? I mean, how the fuck would that even be possible? He turns around and says, whoa. Rivers says, oh my god, it worked! Tom looks very happy as we see his pants grows as he gets a boner. She says, Tom, look! We then see a world of candy in front of them as Tom says, this is amazing! River says, is that a cookie? Come on! We then see them running through Candyland as they see a giant cookie standing there, as he says, well, hello, good friends. Where do you come from? River says, we're from a place called Kingstonville. The cookie says, oh, yeah, I think I know that place. Isn't that out by Brownieland? River says, sure, yeah, definitely. Tom says, who are you, buddy? He says, oh, I'm Mr. Chocolate Tit. Tom says, chocolate chip? He says, no, chocolate tit with a T. Tom says, chocolate tit. Oh, that's a good one. You should think of that, Rivers. Rivers says, wow, so many yummy looking candies. So do you happen to know where I could get some cotton candy? Chocolate Tit says, of course. There is a Snufflepeep village right down the road. River says, oh, perfect. Tom says, okay, you got your candy, but I'm kind of digging this whole look this lad's got here. He is working it. Mr. Chocolate Tit says, well, I do have some cookies to spare. You want chocolate chip, mint, strawberry, pizza flavored, molasses, dark chocolate? Tom says, oh, just throw a bunch of that shit in there. So do we have to pay? Mr. Chocolate Tit says, no, guests will get first purchases for free as sample. River says, ooh, nice. Okay, you can get your little chocolate cookies. I'm gonna go get some cotton candy. She walks off and Tom says, Right behind you. Tom gets his cookies and says, "Thank you, chocolate chip." He says, "It's chocolate tit, sir." Tom says, "Right." As we then see him walking through Candyland as he says, "Rivers, you here?" Rivers walks up to him and says, "Look what I got." We see she got cotton candy and Tom says, "Ooh, nice one. Let's go to that brownie place he was talking about." But then Rivers sees. We see Mr. Gummy Pants starts running down Cookie Street as we see Rivers, as Rivers is now with Tom. As she sees Mr. Gummy Pants does not look very happy. As he pulls out his slime gun and starts firing at them, Tom and Rivers run away. And then, as Tom grabs his dick as a weapon, as we see it's getting ready and loaded, as we see, out of nowhere, it shoots strawberry juice and hits Lord Gummy Pants and he goes down. Gummy Pants looks pissed as he says,
Once in Candyland, no get out of Candyland.
as Tom and Rivers run away together. Tom and Rivers look panicked as Tom says, "We gotta get somewhere safe. Oh my god, this is trippy. Let's go to Chocolate Tits. We'll be safe there." We see all the Snuffle Peeps in their gummy house as the Red Peep says,
Oh no, what have we done?
the Blue Peep says,
Alright, we don't have to worry about this yet, okay? We just gotta relax for now, at least.
they look out the window and the Yellow Peep says,
We got a customer.
we see Dave and Roger walking up to the Snuffle Peep house as Dave says, "Well, hello. What in the fuck is this place?" Roger says, "This is cool." All three Snuffle Peeps come out and Dave says, "Hey, I'm looking for some friends of mine. A ginger and a blonde chick. Have you happened to see them?" The Snuffle Peeps look nervous and the Red Peep says,
They may have just been jellied.
Dave says, "Jellied? What the fuck are you talking about?" The Blue Peep says,
Well, our leader has a bone to pick with one of them, so...
Dave looks at Roger and says, "Well, that's fine. I'm just gonna put my feet up and wait for this fuckface to show up then." We see Tom and Rivers return to Chocolate Tits' place as Chocolate Tits says, "Hey, I was not expecting you back so soon. Hey, I'd like you to meet a friend of mine. This is Mushroom Mellow." Mushroom says, "Oh, Earthlings! Welcome to Candyland." Tom says, "Yeah, that's great. Listen, we need some assistance, okay? Rivers got cotton candy and the Snuffle Peeps just attacked us as soon as we left." Chocolate Tits says, "Oh no, that is evil. We shall retaliate." Dave is sitting at the table at the Snuffle Peep house as we see Mr. Gummy Pants walks in and says,
Who is stranger in me town?
Dave says, "I'm looking for my friends. Their names are Tom and Rivers. You happen to know anything about them?" Mr. Gummy Pants says,
Me took gummy gun on them, but then strawberry juice came from Dickie.
Dave says, "I'm too fucking high for this." Roger says, No, I think I get it. Dickie is threat, right? And then there was a chase, but then Dave says, "Knock it off." We see Chocolate is kneeling down and pooping chocolate into his gun as he and Mushroom get ready, as Tom says, "I already got my gun right here." As he pulls out his dick, as Rivers takes off her shirt and says, "I got two." Tom says, "Oh, stop, you're distracting me." Dave says, "Alright, what did they do to you?" Gummy Pants says,
Me candy was taken.
We then hear an explosion from outside. We then see Tom, Rivers, Chocolate Tit, and Mushroom rolling up to the Snuffle Peep town as they break in and Tom starts firing his dick as Rivers then pulls out her tits as she and Tom are firing through the whole town as it's soaked in juice. As we then see Dave tackles Mr. Gummy Pants as he throws him outside as Tom and the others then run up to them as Dave has Mr. Gummy Pants on the ground and says, "Alright, this is done. Now you're gonna leave them alone, and we are gonna end this right now." The other three Snuffle Peeps look scared, and Mr. Gummy Pants is down on the ground as they are standing there ready to fight and finish this. But then, Mr. Gummy Pants says,
Wait a minute. Me just remembered.
Dave says, "What? Remembered what?" Mr. Gummy Pants says,
I have an entire shipment full of cotton candy in the basement.
Dave looks really pissed and says, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Mr. Gummy Pants says,
Oopsie.
They all lower their weapons, and Tom says, "Well, sorry guys." Dave rolls his eyes, and Roger says, "Well, I'm glad we worked things out. I mean, as people and as a collective group of human beings," River says. "Shut up, Roger. So, since everything is all good, can I get more cotton candy?" Mr. Gummy Pants says,
Never.
River says, "Okie dokie." As they leave Candyland, we hear a voice saying, Hey, you, get the fuck up." We see Bruce is standing over Tom, Rivers, Dave, and Roger. As they're all laying in the grass, Bruce says, "I've been chasing you around all night, Tom, after you stole my last beer." "You stupid motherfucker," Dave says. "That was fucked. But I liked it." Back downstairs, we see people partying as Julia is serving drinks, as we then see someone says to her, "Hi, I don't know if you know me, but I'd just like to tip you for tonight for all the hard work you've been doing." We see it's Cheryl in disguise as a resident. Julia says, "Oh, thank you. You're too sweet." Cheryl says, "No problem." They then go their separate ways, but now we see there's apostles in disguise in the party. We see Tom and Dave laying in the grass as Tom says, "So how fucked are ya?" Dave says, At least an 8, man. Shit, it's been fucked. You know, I'm glad we got to do this before we die for this place." Tom looks upset and says, "Is that what you think this is?" Dave says, "Come on, buddy. We've seen this happen before. We're dangerously targeted. And it's just a matter of time before we..." Tom says, "Hey, stop talking like that. That won't happen, all right? I won't let it." Dave says, "Tom, if we don't make it through another week or another day, I want you to know I am so fucking sorry for Billy. I'm so sorry I took him from you when I did. I had no right to punish you for something that you weren't involved in." Tom doesn't really know how to answer, and he says, "Dave, if you think that I don't think about him every single goddamn day, you're wrong. I don't talk about him, because every time I do, I want to kill you, and I don't want to be that man anymore. That's why you see all these bars and drinks and parties. It's for the people, but it's to keep me sane. And so I can try to forget what you did to him. No, I can't forgive you, but I know you're trying." Dave hugs him and says, "I'm gonna go for now. It's been fun riding with you, Tom Tremblay." As Dave leaves the party, we see Miles in the front lawn having a piss, as he then sees shadows of people watching him from far. We see everyone in the party as Cheryl is moving through the crowd, as she gives a signal to a few of them, as we see all the lights in Kingstonville go out as the town goes dark. Out of nowhere, Julia gets stabbed by an undercover apostle. People in the party start getting killed as blood splatters all across the room. Tom and Rivers pull out their guns and shoot the ones near Julia, as Cheryl and some others take cover as Tom grabs his daughter and Rivers covers for them, as Tom sees how badly Julia's bleeding, as he runs out of the house with his daughter in his arms, as Rivers and Tom leave the party to save Julia, as we see Kingstonville goes dark. We see Cheryl covered in blood as we see most of the people inside of the house are dead. Cheryl stands there covered in blood and says, "Well, what do you know? The liquor never wins." As she smiles, we zoom out on Kingstonville. As we hear the screams, we see apostles are here. James is standing outside of the walls as he looks at his men and says, "Looks like little fuckfaces had a party and didn't invite us. So, looks like we're gonna have to let ourselves in."